We all know that consistency is the key to unlocking whatever goal we might be setting out to achieve, be it weight loss or otherwise. However, many of us find it difficult to remain consistent enough to begin to see real progress and results. Today, I'm sharing with you a very simple and very effective visual tool to help you get a grip on consistency for good. Hello my friends, welcome back to Diva and the Divine, where I give you the tips and tools you need to go after your healthiest and best self. Today I want to talk to you about a tool that has been a complete game changer when it comes to my consistency. I am a visual person, and things that I can see, be it progress or lack of progress, are things that will help keep me inspired and motivated. So today I want to share with you something I have been doing called the consistency calendar. All you need are 2 markers and a monthly calendar spread. It can be in a planner, it can be a wall calendar, it can be whatever you need. The other element that you need to make the consistency calendar a thing is the thing you want to be consistent with. For the sake of this video, I am going to use my weight loss journey as an example because I know many of you are here for that reason. So with the consistency calendar, all you have to do each and every day is set the goals that you are going to achieve that day to help you work towards your big picture goal, in my case, goal weight. And if you achieve the items on your list, be it 1 or 3 or whatever, you get a beautiful X marked through that day. If you do not achieve one of the things that you have deemed necessary to earn your X, you take the other colored marker and you put a circle on that day, and the result is going to look something like this. All right, so you see a bunch of X's and O's. What exactly do they mean? Well, first you have to decide what the components are to your X. I urge you to not do too many things. Choose a couple of things that you really need to hone in on a daily basis to get closer to your goal, and use those elements only to make sure you earn your X. For example, my X personally is if I have stayed within my calorie and points range for the day. I'm gonna get into this in a different video, but I have recently started expanding what I'm tracking. I'm still tracking my points plus points on the iTrackBites app, but I'm also looking at varied calorie ranges where I get a couple of low calorie and high calorie days every week. As long as I have decided which days are low and high calorie and I stay within those allotted amounts of calories, I can check off that box. Element number 2 that goes into my X is 30 minutes of activity every single day. It does not have to be an actual workout, but I have to move my body intentionally for 30 minutes. And element number 3 is my water goal. My goal is to drink a gallon of water every single day. If I earn all 3 of those things, stay within my calorie goal, stay within my water goal, and move my body for 30 minutes, I can take my pretty colored pen and put a big X through the day because I earned that X. However, if I fall short on one of these 3 elements, I cannot say that I earned my X, and I have to put an O, and I choose a color that I don't necessarily like. I love purples and blues and greens, so that red O that's sitting there really stands out and makes things ugly for me. So I will put in red O on the days that I did not earn my 3 marks. And it is as simple as that. Why is it as simple as that? Because having all of this laid out right in front of us visually will make it abundantly clear whether or not we are actually staying on track and doing the work to get the things done. Ultimately, you've heard of the 80-20 rule, right? This means about 80% of the time you should be earning your checks, and 20% it's okay to mess up a little bit. We're all human, none of us are perfect. So within your calendar, you want to shoot for success 80% of the time. What does this look like exactly? Let's dive in further. As you can see on my wall calendar, as one example, I have a big calendar, and this is the calendar that I'm actually using for my consistency tracker. I had this desk calendar laying around and I wasn't using it, and so when I decided to implement this consistency calendar thing, this is what I decided I was going to use. But as you can see, I have a bunch of purple X's. Purple X's are days that I nailed it. I hit my calorie goal, I hit my water goal, and I got my movement in. But then you will also see some pretty unattractive red O's, and those are the days that I can very clearly see I missed the mark somewhere, and thus I did not earn my X. after doing some quick math, you will see that I had 25 on days and only 6 off days this month. 6 days is the maximum number of days that I can get in a 31-day month to allow me for 80% success. Anything higher than that and I drop below 80%. So all in all, this means that this calendar month was a success. I can look at it, I can be proud of the work I did, knowing that 80% of the time I was consistent with my goals. And overall, at the end of that month, I should have seen progress either on the scale or in my measurements or in some way. Now, for the sake of this video, another option is also like in a little planner. Maybe you don't have a wall calendar or something like that, or you want something you can hold on to. So for the sake of this, I put together a little example of something in a small planner as well. So let's take a deep dive into this. Again, this is not actually my consistency calendar. I just started doing the consistency calendar for the month of May. Okay, so while last month in the January calendar, you saw those 3 O's in the middle, maybe that's when I was PMSing, having a little bit more problems trying to stay within my calorie range, whatever the case may be, but I still managed to get into the 80% success rate range. In this calendar, you will notice that I decided to track what if I decided to behave most of the days of the week, but every single weekend I decided was a cheat day or a free-for-all, or I just decided to overindulge in general. Mathematically, what would weekends off look like? So you can see I have 4 Friday and Saturday weekends, and then there was 1 Sunday and 1 random Taco Tuesday that I fell short, probably in my calorie range. Okay, so I was almost perfect every day of the week except for the weekends. What does that turn out to be? Well, you will see that my on-track days were 20, but my off-track days were 10, which means my success rate was only 66% success. 66% consistency with meeting my goals. So what does this mean? 66% is far, far short of the 80-20 rule. So if you have a month like that, if you start to take off every weekend and think that what you're going to do during the week is going to make up for it, odds are you're not going to see as much success as you would like. So you can't sit and wonder why you're not losing weight, why you're not seeing change in your body, and why you're not seeing progress towards your goals. The evidence is right there in your consistency calendar. So this tool is just something that I've started using, and it is incredibly motivating to me. When I start to think, oh no, maybe I want to cheat today, maybe I want to overeat, maybe I want to skip my movement, whatever the case may be, I can think about that calendar. I can look at that calendar and go, Brianna, if you do that, you earn an ugly O instead of a pretty purple X. And wouldn't you rather see the X on that calendar? And sometimes that has been enough to rein me back in, keep me on track and going towards my goals instead of sabotaging myself. And that is the basic gist of a consistency calendar. All you need, like I said, is 2 different colored markers or pens or whatever. I personally think you should have one really pretty color that you thoroughly enjoy and one not so pretty color that really would irk you if you saw it on the calendar to help motivate you to earn that X instead of that ugly O. And then you just need to decide, is it a monthly calendar? Is it a hanging wall calendar? Is it something more private in your planner? Or is it maybe just a printout that you decide to find on the computer? Whatever the case may be, I urge you to give this a try, even for a month or 2, and strive for the 80-20 rule. 80%, remember, is only 6 days of falling short within a 31-day month. That is definitely something to keep in mind. Don't get me wrong, I personally am going to try to strive for a higher than 80% success rate, but with the goal of not dipping below 80%, I really have to keep track of how many X's and O's are on my calendar, and having the monthly spread makes it very easy and very clear for me to see just how I'm doing. And that's it, a quick, simple, and incredibly effective tool to help you remain consistent on your journey towards your goals. Again, this was related to a weight loss goal, but quite frankly, if you have another goal, a career goal, you want to write a book, you want to do something, all you need to do is track whatever the item is that earns you an X. X. It can be anything. Only keep it to maybe 3 things at max, because you don't want your list to be 8 items long, and then if you fall short on one thing, you're going to be discouraged when you have to write down that O. Small, obtainable goals that you can say, yes, I marked down success today, I earned this X, is going to motivate you and encourage you to keep striving towards earning more X's and making more progress. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already joined the Diva and the Divine community, we would love to have you. Just click that little red button down there. Thank you guys for taking the time to watch. Take care, and I'll see you next time.